Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you some more spoiler coverage for Return of the Dragon Emperor. So today we are looking at green-red cards, including our new ruler, Pricia. She's back! She has been able to recover her body from Valentina, thanks to Glorious bringing her stone, her Memoria to her, with her soul inside of it to reclaim her body, which is awesome, because I really like Pricia, and I'm glad that she's still alive. So her first side, Pricia, True Beastmaster, Judgment of Red and Green, energizes for red or green, and she has 2 Resonance abilities. Resonance Fire Magic Stone gives something swiftness until end of turn. Resonance Wind Magic Stone gives something flying until the end of turn. So we're seeing a lot of semblance with her kind of synergy or continuation of her effects, like her 3-drop Pursuant of Exploding Flame. That kind of swiftness and flying, really aggressive kind of strategy. So pretty cool. Flips over to, whoa, suddenly this is super big. 1 second. There we go. Slips over into the Reincarnated Maiden of Flame, Pricia. She's a 1k Wanderer. And then she has, when this card enters your field or whenever it attacks, you choose one. Put target Resonator you control on bottom of its owner's deck. And if you do, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Resonator, you put it into your field. Otherwise, it goes in your hand. Or you can do the same kind of thing, but with a Magic Stone. Put it on the bottom of your deck, and then bring the top card of your Magic Stone deck into play. Recovered, I might add. Her God's Art for 1 green and 1 red has recover this card. J/Resonators you control gain swiftness and flying, and you can only play this ability if a Fire Magic and a Wind Magic Stone were put into your field this turn. So, this is pretty cool. So it's a conditional God's Art, which I think is pretty sweet. She doesn't naturally have swiftness, but we have Leviathan, which is fine. She doesn't naturally have flying, but she has a God's Art to give her flying, which is fine. And this kind of idea of like cycling your aggro creatures and cycling your stones is very cool to me. Just this kind of the idea of rotating out. But, you know, you have to remember that it is conditional, right? So unless you want to play a deck that's like 40 Resonators, you might miss with this card. There's a little bit of variance there, which I think is pretty neat. Or you could like ship a 5-drop and hit a 2-drop, so like you never know what's going to happen. Next up we have her stone, which is Memoria of Reincarnation. So Special Magic Stone, it's a Shock Rock for green-red for Pricia, and then it says when this card leaves your field for a non-field zone, you draw a card. So if you cycle it with Pricia, you're going to draw a card too, which I think is pretty cool. This stone is probably not going to see much play outside of Pricia, just because of the fact that like its extra effect doesn't really do much. But it's pretty cool that Pricia has this ability to kind of recur her hand. Green-red, especially if you're playing aggro, is probably not going to have a lot of like draw power in it. So the fact that her stone and her J-Ruler side kind of helps to fuel her draw power a little bit is nice. Next up, we have my personal favorite card of this spoiler, Marybella, the Machine Hearted. So she's a 4-drop, 1k. She is 2 red, 1 green, 1 colorless, 10/10. Heroic Spirit. So when this card enters your field, search your Magic Stone deck for a non-special Magic Stone, put it into play, and then shuffle your Magic Stone deck. So you want to play some basics if you're playing her, essentially. Resonance for Fire Magic Stone, she gets a Blast counter, and then Resonance for Wind Magic Stone, you get a Breeze counter. You can remove a Blast counter to deal 500 damage to target J/Res, and remove a Breeze counter to cancel target chant spell unless its controller pays 1. So essentially she can Thunder something for blast counters, and she can Wall of Wind spells for breeze counters. That is crazy for me. I love this card so much. In control, green, red, black, control is getting a lot of support, I think. And this is definitely a card that I think works on the top end for that control list. Being able to ping Resonators as you get stones, or wallow and stuff as you get stones. It's just kind of for free. It's pretty sweet. Next up, we have the Firebird of Reincarnation. So the Firebird will, when it leaves your field for a non-field zone, you reveal top cards of your deck until you reveal a Resonator, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck. So if you cycle it out for Pricia, you're going to get to, reveal until you hit a Resonator, put it in your hand, and then you'll flip that top card in no, that's not necessarily what'll happen. So you'll cycle it, you'll finish resolving Pricia, and then you'll get to reveal more until you get another Resonator and put it into your hand. So it's kind of this like plot +2, +1 kind of thing, which I think is pretty cool. Also, if they just kill it, you just get to recur a creature, which is pretty cool, I think. And it's a 3-drop 8/7 with flying, so pretty decent stats, and it's got flying to boot, so not too bad. Next up, another weirdly giant card. We have the Saphyri Soldier of my list. So he is a 2-drop 6/6, and he's treated as a fire magic stone. So there's a lot of weirdness here. He is treated as a fire magic stone, yes. So he will trigger resonance abilities, right? But or if he's treated like a fire magic stone in the sense that Sylvia can make him. He's treated as a fire magic stone, so Sylvia says your fire magic stones can tap for green. Well, this guy would be able to tap for green in that situation. However, he's not treated as a generic magic stone, right? So you can't cycle him with Gru Ballesta, you can't use him to infinite attack with Arla, that kind of stuff. You can't let him produce red with Blazer, because Blazer just has magic stones you control. So it is weird. It is very weird. The CR is probably going to be updated to make sure that this is smooth, but he's only affected by cards that specifically state treating this card as a fire magic stone. So like it has to be specifically something that says fire magic stone, not just magic stones in general. But this is cool for Pricia because on his front side he's a 6/6 with swiftness. So if you didn't want to play Lancelot and you're playing green-red with some basic stones, right, which you probably want to do, this is cool because you don't have to worry about hitting double red to still be able to have a 6/6 swiftness dude. So pretty neat. He'll give swiftness to himself with Pricia, which I think is fine. Next up we have Burning Pot. So it's a 1 green, 1 red, 700/100 machine that has swiftness and first strike. I really like this card. I think this card is super balanced. The fact that he only has that 100 defense is fine. He's got first strike, right? So you could technically play him turn 1 and like swing in, and then you can deal with their blocker or whatever. But he only has that 100 defense, right? So if your opponent has any way to deal that 1 damage, Mikage, Lightning Strike, Atama, stuff like that, the guy's not gonna stick. So I think in sealed, this guy's gonna be really strong. And I think he'll see maybe some fringe play, but it's good that we have that balance, that it's got a lot of good effects on the front end, but its defense is relatively weak, so there's a risk of playing him. And we have, personally, this card is nuts, Concord of Saints and Beasts, so it's another pact, similar to the previous ones. So 1 green, 1 red, 1 colorless, quick cast, choose 1. If you control a fire and another wind, you can choose both. Target J/res you control deals damage equal to its attack to target J/res your opponent controls, or whenever a resonator that was dealt damage this turn by a J/res you control is put into a graveyard from your opponent's field. So essentially, you hurt something and it died on your opponent's field. You can put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into your field, and so you can just, ramp. So that's pretty cool. You got kind of a board wipe or a lot of first precision stuff going on, you can just kind of use that as a turn to just ramp a lot and then get ahead and then swarm the field next turn, which is pretty cool. So that is it for today. Let me know what you guys think of the spoilers in the comment sections down below. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Just a heads up, later today will be the Vingolf 3 review, and the deck profiles for the feature match this week are going to be kind of delayed. One's going to be on Saturday and one's going to be on Sunday to adjust for the product release that just came out. So until next time, guys, this is DMO73 signing off.